An abandoned pipeline spilled oil into a creek that feeds into the North Canadian River, and the landowners say the mess is still there more than a year later.
Now, you heard about this issue first on the Fox 25 News at 5, but tonight the Fox 25 investigation by Phil Cross that led to state officials returning to the creek they said was clean. This is a story you'll only see on Fox.
On July 1st of last year, a pipeline company self-reported one of its pipelines spilled about a barrel of oil. Because it went into water, the Corporation Commission was notified to make sure that contaminated water was cleaned up. The question some environmental advocates are now asking is, was it really cleaned up? Just weeks after Fox 25 took questions about contamination of this creek to the Corporation Commission, the investigators for that agency were back on site, this time taking their own samples of soil and water. Previously, the commission relied on water samples taken by the company responsible for the spill.
The spill was cleaned up to our satisfaction, and as far as we could tell, it was in compliance with the rules.
But during Fox 25's investigation, the landowners provided us these lab tests of the water and soil. The results show chemical contamination. After we asked questions, the commission sent investigators back to the creek. The landowner invited us and representatives of the Oklahoma chapter of the Sierra Club, an environmental protection organization, to witness the testing.
It is a major tributary to the North Canadian River, which subsequently drains to Lake Eufaula. And so for conservation reasons and public health and safety reasons, any spill along a creek that feeds into these waters is important to look at.
The landowner again stirred the water to reveal that glossy sheen on top of the water and pulled up a fresh shovel full of dirt from the bottom of the creek.
As soon as he brought that shovel up out of the water, I caught a distinct odor of petroleum hydrocarbons. It's very strong. I've been visiting, some of these leaky well sites very recently, so the smell is very distinct.
Didn't look like the rest of the dirt.
No.
The dirt is red, and what was on top of that shovel was dark black. And I was upwind from it and could smell something.
You can see black residue along the banks of the creek, in contrast to the red dirt that lines the creek bed. The field supervisor said he didn't smell anything unusual, but agreed to test, taking multiple samples. The landowner says prior to Fox 25's investigation, the commission wouldn't agree to test multiple areas of the land and water. The commission says there had been disagreements on the number and locations of testing.
We have offered to sample the site. There was some difference of opinion on how many samples should be taken.
According to records from the OCC, only half a barrel of oil and water were ever recovered from the 1 barrel spill. The landowner says he just wants his creek clean.
The Corporation Commission regulations do state that the water body has to be returned to its original condition prior to the spill, and that clearly hasn't happened here.
The Corporation Commission says it will send all the samples off for testing. The company responsible for the spill did not return our calls for comment on this story, but the commission says that company has done everything they've been asked in regards to the cleanup of last year's oil spill. Reporting in the studio, Phil Cross, Fox 25 News.